Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. If this is your first time joining us or watching any of our content, please hit the subscribe button, like and share to your friends. It helps us to reach other people like you who might need this content. I want to apologize for my voice. I'm having it rough today, but hey, it's not gonna stop me from sharing with you the juicy information I have with you today or for you. So on my screen, you can see it's written boldly, how, excuse me, how to take head measurements. We are talking about this because today we're looking at a topic called wig customization. Wig customization is that process where you want to give your client the perfect wig to fit their head so that they can wear it to any event and feel comfortable. Most times you hear people say, I want a glueless wig. This video is going to also teach you how to achieve something like that. We're not going to be looking in depth about glueless wig because the example of a wig we're going to be using is a closure wig. However, hopefully, I promise I'm going to bring that content your way. Okay. So if you want to customize a wig for a client, you only do that when you have properly taken measurements of their head. So some things or some measurements we consider is the circumference, which is the round part of the hair. You take from your forehead down to your back and back to your forehead. This is going to allow you understand or know the kind of cap to use, whether it's small, a medium, a big, or an extra large, or even a baby size cap. People who use baby size caps are people who their head is really, really small, and people who use extra large caps are people who their head is very big. Then you're also going to need to measure from the front to nape, which is from your forehead down to somewhere in your neck area. Then you're going to need ear to ear across forehead. This is very essential when you are customizing or doing a glueless frontal. Then you're also going to need ear to ear over the top. It's almost going to give you the same measurement as the previous one. Also used for when you are doing a frontal customization, you're going to need this temple to temple. It's not really necessary. Then nape of neck, you're also going to need this for customization. You would see how it's done. As you see in this mannequin, she has brought her measuring tape. So one of the things that is essential for you to have as a wig stylist, a hair stylist, when customizing wigs for your clients is a measuring tape. It's the same measuring tape we get in the market, the same measuring tape that tailors use. So this don't think that there's a special measuring tape. Now you can see she just measured from the ear area, the nape area. This allows you to understand, okay, um, how do I shape or position my wig cap so that this hair or this wig comfortably fits my client. We all have different head sizes, even though that majority of us fall within a particular bracket. What I mean by bracket is that when you are making wigs for your clients, you use what we call canvas. Canvas is what you see that she's currently mapping mapping the measuring tape around, right? That's where you place or where you put your cap on and then you begin to sew your wig on it. Now we have different sizes of canvas head. We have 21, we have 22, there's 23, 24. I hear there's a 25 and there's a 26. I'm not sure. I haven't seen that. The ones I've used is the 22, sorry, 21 and 22. These are the ones I know it's available. I have used personally. Now she's showing you the cap, and there are ways to put the cap. Now, when you get a cap, irrespective of the size, it's always going to be shaped the same way. As you can see on the mannequin, you can see two lines. So those lines are to help you, they're more like to help you understand the position, the center, to know where to position your cap as the center of your wig. But to some people who are pros, it honestly doesn't matter. Remember again that no matter what I teach you, I encourage you to, sit down and find time to do your own thing, explore, watch other videos, try out other methods of doing things, and then find what works for you. Now, the next question you're going to have is, how do I know where the middle of this canvas head is? When you get a canvas head, every canvas head has symmetric and asymmetric lines on it. Okay, so it's like a vertical line. That vertical line is always positioned in the middle where you have the number written. If it's 22 or 21 or 20, it shows you that that is the back area. And the place that has no number is typically your front. So with that symmetric line that goes straight, the vertical line that goes straight, it helps you know that this is the center or the middle of your hair. Now, as you can see, for our clients, this cap is a bit big, and instead of getting a smaller cap, she chooses to reduce the size of the cap. So if you've been wondering, how can I reduce the size of my cap? Oh, I've got these caps already. How can I reduce the size of this cap? Just wear it on your mannequin and make sure you straighten it out and drag it down. Pin them again. You're going to need this pin, either this tiny pins or a T pin. Excuse me. And then you sew. Now, when you are sewing, you don't need to be in a hurry. When you sew, you give some spaces. Don't sew them too close, and sew them in a stitch method. Don't worry, you're going to see all of these things as we proceed in the video, and it will make more sense. So if you need to work on a client's head and maybe the cap you have is a bit big, this is another way of reducing it. Another time you may need to do this is you might measure a client's head and it gives you a cap size that you have, but they do not have full hair. So if they do not have full hair, right, it's going to still, when they wear it, it's still not going to fit perfectly. So you would still need to go through this process of adjusting the wig cap before you can finally wig on it. Now you can see it's perfectly done, and we'll proceed to wigging it. Now we're going to be using a closure, we're going to be wigging a closure wig to see how it is done. This wig has already been bleached. It has already been pre-styled, meaning that the edges have, it has been plucked. Sorry, the edges has been plucked out to give you that baby hair look. For those of you who like baby hair, I'm so happy for you. It's not my thing, but good luck to all of you. Now you see, it was very easy for her to position her wig closure on the mannequin or on the canvas head or on the block head, whichever one is easier for you to pronounce. Now, what you want to do is to make sure that you bring out your closure or your closure. Yeah, we're using a closure. Let's not talk about frontal. Bring it out an inch forward, away from the cap. It would give you a seamless look by the time you are done wigging. You would understand what I'm saying when we are done wigging this particular hair. So you're going to use your pins. Is very important to help you position your closures or your laces, either your closure or your frontal. It will help you position them on your cap before you start sewing. So they kind of like help you know where exactly do I position this, how do I place this. Okay, another thing you're going to need on your journey to wigging your first hair is needles. Like, you're going to need a needle. It could be the curved needle, it could be the straight one. When you start working, use both of them, find what works for you and run with it. You're also going to be needing a sewing thread. Like, the measuring tape is the same thread everybody uses, there's no difference. Just go and ask for a black sewing thread. Okay, now we begin the sewing. So if you watch closely, don't worry, it's going to be zoomed in. You would see exactly what I mean by sew in a stitch pattern. It gives you the flat look. If you sew too close, you would realize that by the time you are done sewing your weave on your wig, on your cap rather, it looks like it's bulky. It looks like there's a straight line, or it looks like there's a bumpy ride sort of that you're not comfortable with, and you find it difficult to completely flatten out for your closures or your frontals to that perfect flat laid out look that you always see and admire, right? But if you sew in the stitch pattern, it gives you exactly what you were looking for. Again, it's your first time Trust me, if you make mistakes, don't beat yourself too hard on it. People who have been doing this did not become masters on the very first day they started. So take your time. If you think that somewhere along the line while sewing, you didn't get the positioning right or the placements right, please feel free to start over. The goal is to give your clients the best. Because see, I would rather I would rather take time to deliver a job because I know that that job can bring me multiple jobs in the future. It's always easy to work with people who are referred to you than trying to source a new client. So take your time. Another thing you're going to need is a hairpin, right? It could be a hair clip like the one you see in the video. It could be really anything that helps you hold up your hair together. It could even be a rubber band. Yes, just twist the hair or wave it and then use the rubber band to just take out the hairs all together out of your way so that you can stitch properly. Okay. Something else I've seen people do, I have not personally tried it, is most times most of the closures you're going to get are going to have really, really, really short strands. So what they do is they decide to heat up their hot comb, and then you just kind of like style everything to the center and pack it. So whatever you do, make sure you get away those string hairs out of your face. Okay? And remember to secure your ends at every turn you make a cut. If you do not do it, by the time you comb one, two, three times, it would fall off and you would not be able to enjoy it. So enjoy watching and see. You can see clearly now what stitching looks like and see the distance that she is giving between each stitch. This helps to create a more flatter, seamless and natural look. Continue watching the video. I'll be back. Hey, I'm back. Typically, I would love to play the music for you all to enjoy while watching, but man, these days I notice that every time I choose music and I upload it, I'm always getting these copyright issues and I don't really know what to do. If you have a recommendation on what to do or how I can get free sounds or music to play when I just want to continue showing you a particular process without having to necessarily fast forward it too fast so that you can also get the value from all of my videos. Please share. You would really, really be helping me solve one of my biggest YouTube challenges when it comes to recording and editing my videos because I would take time, record videos, and upload it, and I'm getting the whole copyright issue. So I'm sorry, we're going to just I hope that this is really, really fun for you to watch. So we've gone to the back and then we're starting at the back. Just see the whole process. What I like about videos is the fact that you can always go back, you can pause it, you can make it slower, you can make it faster. Okay, so if you think that it's too fast for you, please use the options you have. You can slow it down, you can pause it, and worse still, if you're still not getting it and you need help, hey, I'm always here. Okay, I'll be happy to walk you through it, and I'll be happy to share my opinion and maybe offer help if need be. Okay, so again, we need the pin. Some people may use chalk. In some videos, you're going to see that people mark out lines on the dummy cap. Oh, speaking about cap, I just remember to share with you that there are different types of caps. So don't be asking yourself, what is this one? What she's using is a dome mesh. I think it's a mesh cap, but it's a dome cap. It looks like a dome cap. Now you have the dome cap, you have the mesh cap, you have the ordinary net, you have the excuse me, you have the adjustable cap. Okay, so depending on what your client wants, honestly, these are some questions that you want to ask your client. Now, before I forget, I got a question last time asking how do you make sure you resolve or you don't have issues with clients concerning customization. It's a common thing and challenge that you're going to face on this journey, especially when you have to do wig customization. So what I do is I create an order summary every time I discuss wig customization with a client. What is order summary? Order summary is where you give a complete detail or rundown of all of everything the client said she wants. So now in your course of your conversation, through whichever channel, maybe WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or even here on YouTube, right? Because it's gonna go like this. The customer comes and say, "Hi, Evie, good evening. Please, I would like a wig customization for this." And then you ask her, "Okay, what kind of hair is it? What kind of lace is it? Is it a frontal? Is it a closure?" She says, "Oh, it's a closure." And then you ask her, "Is it a 4x4? Is it a 5x5? Or is it a 6x6?" She says, "Oh, it's a 5x5. I would want baby hairs. I would want you to tint the tips a bit to brown. I would like you to give me layers." By the time they come like that and give you all of those things they want with their hair for customization, it is very important that at the end of the conversation, you just write order summary. Hair, you put it 200 gram, 18 inches, 200 gram, wavy hair with 4x4 closure. Things to be done: tint the tips to brown, give layering at the tips at the sorry give some layering on the hair, make it glueless or give it baby hairs. You just write all of those things. It really helps you from speaking too much grammar, so that in the future, if anything changes, it will not be your fault. We say that customers are always right, so we need to also save ourselves and help our spirits not die because we are trying to explain and tell the customer, "No, this was what you said." There will be no need for that because now you have a proper evidence. All you need to do is just go back to the chat, reference it, and say, "Hey, this was a other summary," and make sure they confirm with you before you proceed. Okay. And something that helps me get along with my customers is I take them on my journey. On every journey of processing their wig, I take them on it. Be it a new wig or be it wig revamp. So what I mean by carrying them on a journey is, if you come to me, "I want this wig," and you make payments, we close the deal, right? That's one end of the deal that has been done. But the deal is still open because I am yet to deliver. So until I am yet to deliver, I am going to be informing them of my progress along the way. Meaning that I'm gonna come and say, "Hey, I just dispatched your wig for wigging. Your wigging should be done and ready in 24 hours." Right? And I'll tell them, "Oh, I'm going to send you a video." I always do that. I like to send a video or a picture of what the hair looks like before I finally ship it to them or deliver it to them. So that if they need any changes to be done, it can be done while it's still with me instead of it getting to the customer first and then they have to return. Man, that's a lot of stress, right? So once I ship it, I tell them, "Oh, I've shipped your wig. Here's your tracking number. You should get it in 2 to 3 business days, all things being equal." And then I still follow up with them to say, "Have you received your order? Hope you like it." Right? So I just want to drop that tip for some of you all because I get that question a lot. Now we've gotten to the very front of the hair and you can see that it is looking nice, right? Now, one trick I have learned with wigging hair is when you come to this top, you're going to be tempted to sew this very last strand with your lace. Please do not do that, because in the future you may want to change that closure and you can just do that without doing the whole wigging from the start. So congratulations to you. You would finally be able to try on wigging your very first hair. It's okay to make mistakes, but please, can you be kind enough to tag me when you create your first video and let's see it. Just trust me, the perfectionist or the professionals you see today did not make that in on the first trial. So don't be discouraged. Keep on going. And I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, take care of yourself and be great, okay? Bye.